We've been asked by Wolf Eyes to review a privacy tent. We have a camper van and we believe this is going to be a great addition to the equipment that we take with us. We often pack a great deal of stuff on the back benches, and at night time this stuff ends up in the cab area. You know, if I want to go and sit and do some editing, or we want to sit and prepare some food, something like that, there's always stuff in the way. We're always moving stuff around. And we think having a thing like this would help us by allowing us to take some of the stuff from inside the camper van, put it next to the caravan in a tent, and we'll enjoy the space that we have much better. Not only is this a privacy tent that can be used for showering or a porta potty, it's something to consider if you're going to be leaving your pitch.
So we're going to be showing a bit of a different aspect for this. If you're going to leave the campsite for the day and you don't have much storage like we don't in our camper van, then we're going to be showing how this can be used as a storage tent.
Read how to disassemble the tent before assembling it. We've done that. So let's crack on. Now, first thing to point out, it's got two straps on it.
Here we have Pete as a Ninja Turtle.
Feels like there's some bits and pieces in the bag, and it looks like a handy set of instructions which is sewn in on some sort of cloth.
Good, because it's a bit windy today, so it'll stop it blowing across the campsite.
There's a strap that keeps everything together. Now, the one video we got, this looks sort of almost a very springy self-assembly, so let's just pop it down on the floor. There we go. That's it. Which way is the front?
There we go.
So this side is the front. Two zippers at the bottom. The inside is silvered as well. I think that's going to help with heat.
Okay, yeah.
There's a toggle on each side, exactly where you'd expect to have it, and that gets the door out the way. There we go. Right, let's have a look inside. Inside, it was a bit windy. There's a little bag, so handy if you're going to be using this thing for showering. You put your soap and your shampoo in there. So there are a couple of half-moon openings for a bit of ventilation, as well as this net at the top. I'm guessing you can run your shower hose through the top one there. And if you're going to be using it as a toilet, there's a little bit of ventilation for you to let some of the smells out. As you can see, it's very windy today. We're going to make use of the pegs and the guy ropes to secure this thing. Now I'm going to attach the guy ropes. There's one on each corner. The guy ropes are now attached. They're a very bright fluorescent green, which is good for avoiding tripping over it. You can see this thing quite clearly. What we're going to do next is put the cover over the top and have a look at the ground sheet.
And here's a handy gadget for nighttime. Keep it dry in there, put over the top.
Let's put the lid on. It looks quite straightforward. A hook in each corner. Through this little bit of tape over here. And same for this one. And flip it over the top. It's elasticated, it goes on very easily. There. It's now rainproof. Last but not least is the ground sheet. So I've just found an easier way of doing it. Here's the ground sheet. Here's the peg for the tent. Just pop it over the top. Much easier than taking the peg out, isn't it?
So it doesn't matter whether you put the ground sheet down first
No.
or second.
No, do it this way.
Lovely.
That's the best way. Typically, these are used for showering. I'm not going to do that today. I'm in the middle of a public place with the door wide open and I've got all my clothes on. But I could see it's going to be possible to have a shower in here, and I'm 6 foot. My head is barely touching the roof over here. There's a little bit of a gap.
Oh, here's Pete sat on the throne.
So it seems like a nice place to have a sit down, enjoy the view, and perhaps have a number 2.
And of course you're sheltered from the wind.
Yes, you are. I seem to have got some paperwork. Could you assist me? So yeah, I guess the holes in the side are handy in case you forgot your toilet paper.
So as we've said, this can be used for other purposes than a privacy tent. And we're going to show you how much stuff you can actually get into one. Now, our camper van doesn't have very much storage. If we bring chairs, we travel with them on the seats, but once we're at site, we need that space. So ordinarily, they get put in the cab. This makes the cab area full, cluttered, and unusable. With this tent, we will be able to store our chairs and other items in the day and overnight outside of the camper van. And the next thing going in is the kayak. So if you're staying at a campsite for several days and you've used your barbecue, you don't want to put it away overnight, then just pop it into your Wolfwise tent. Next item in is a foldable table. We also carry levelling ramps. However, they're in use in this particular trip, so we won't be showing you putting those in, but this would also be a perfect place to store the levelling ramps if they're not being used. I see a bucket full of beers and a watering can. Pete, is there going to be a cuddly toy?
Yes, there is a cuddly toy.
The Generation conveyor belt, for those of you old enough to know what we're talking about. There's plenty of space in front here for our levelling ramps, and also you have height to store more stuff. Obviously, with the little cover on the top at night, it will keep the damp out. And if you're going out for the day, again, it saves your pitch and also saves you having to pack away all of your items.
I didn't do the best job of packing. I didn't do it very efficiently at all. There's lots of space that's spare. We could easily pack a whole lot more in here. You know, we could take our bottles of fizzy water from inside the van, put them out there. Yeah, those things get in the way.
I would also store our dirty walking boots.
Dirty walking boots, dirty washing.
I would also hang wet coats in there.
You know what we could do is there. Yeah, we've seen this on other reviews. Unfortunately, there's no hanger at the top. So wouldn't it be nice if there was some kind of a hook at the top? We could put a clothes hanger in there, hang your wet towels, coats, things like that from the top.
Wolfwise, consider putting a loop in the ceiling where people can hang a coat hanger, and then they could hang their towels after showering. And for us, we could use it to hang coats.
We've got a nice lantern that would actually fit up there as well.
Yes. That's the tent put up. Quite easy, would you say?
On a scale of difficulty where I think a very complex caravan awning is probably at a difficulty level 10, especially the first time you're doing it. The rollout awning on the side of the van is probably a 2. I think I would rate this one a 1 in difficulty level. It's really easy.
And what I do like is you can erect it single-handedly. It doesn't take more than one person to put this up quickly with ease.
I would just suggest that you have to be careful of the wind. You know, if you look where we are, you know, isn't it a lovely view? But we are catching the wind over here. Look at the tree over there. It's only got branches on one side. I think that gives you an idea of how windy it possibly gets on top of this hill. However, it was so light, we managed to control it.
As long as you peg it down quickly.
Put the pegs in the corners, you're A for away. Job's a good one.
Right. Now let's undo all of the good work we've done.
Yes?
And see how easy it is to get back into the bag.
Yes. Right, we're now going to fold her up and get it back in the bag.
First of all, lie it flat. Secondly, fold it in half. Thirdly, fold the fat end up to the seam where the window is.
Put your toe there in the middle and bring the hand down like that and this hand down like that.
And there you have it.
I'm just looking for the tape that we wondered what that thing was. This just goes over like that, keeps everything in place. There we go. I'm always scared of getting bits stuck in the zip.
There's your other bits, my love.
Thank you.
Pete can turn back into a Ninja Turtle all over again. Very lightweight, so easy to carry. You could even take this to the beach with you.
I don't even know it's there.